Great. I wanted to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon for this program co-sponsored by the American Bar Association and Legal Mentor Network to give everyone an opportunity to learn more about the American Bar Association's dispute resolution subcommittee. What is it? You guys can tell us
Section,
more.
very close.
Section. So I'm like,
Got
there's
it.
an S. What's the S? Okay, with us today we have Jennifer Mickle, Jessica Rowski, and Kimberly Bass from the ABA. So I'm going to hand it over to them, but thank you again for everyone who's here. We're going to probably save questions till the end.
Thanks. Can I take it away?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome, great. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Mickle. Today, you'll be hearing from me, as well as my colleague Jess Rowski and Kimberly Best. My name is Jen. I'm the director of the ABA section on dispute resolution. I'm thrilled to see you all here today. My plan is to give you an overview of our group, kind of walk through the benefits of joining the section, and then take some time for questions. I'll also hand the mic over to Jess Rowski, who will share out about upcoming events that you may find helpful. And then I'll give you I'll introduce our membership officer, Kim Best, who will give you the true member perspective, as Kim is a member of the ABA section as well. Who we are. So let's talk about the ABA in general. So the ABA is a large organization of 140,000 legal professionals. Our group, the Section of Dispute Resolution, is a 10,000 membership group. We're the home for all things dispute resolution. And we hope that by joining us today, you'll learn a bit more about what the section can offer you. In your free time, I do encourage you to check out ambar.org/dispute for more information. Just backing up a bit about the ABA in general. So the organization is older, established in 1878. For those of you who are unfamiliar, the ABA has four main goals. One, to serve our members. Two, advance the legal profession. Three, eliminate bias. And four, advocate for the rule of law. The ABA itself offers its 140,000 members hundreds of entity options or subgroups, like the dispute resolution section, to belong to. From our perspective, we represent, as I said, around 10,000 dispute resolution professionals ranging from solo practitioner, mediator, arbitrator, student, legal educator, judges, ombuds. It's really a wide range of individuals in the legal profession. The dispute resolution section, though, is relatively young compared to our organization as a whole. We were formed in 1981. A bit about the ABA, and I won't go too in depth here, but we are all often asked about governance. So I just want to give my 30-second elevator pitch of the ABA and how it is ruled. The ABA is similar to Congress. We have a House of Delegates, similar to the House of Representatives, that kind of develops our policy. We also have a Board of Governors, similar to the Senate, that makes decisions on budget, that type of thing, but that's kind of in the weeds. I will say the House of Delegates is our governing body, and when we're interested as a section to put forth policies, developing official statements of the ABA, this is the group that oversees that process. So any official policy statement goes through the House, which is just a bit different than the section. But let's talk about us and what you might be interested in. One of our premier membership benefits is the educational programming that the section offers. We offer 3 standalone programs: Mediation Institute, an Arbitration Institute, and a large spring conference. Additionally, the section offers bi-monthly webinars, some CLE, some non-CLE, to meet every dispute professional's needs. And again, these institutes, these conferences, the webinars, some are complimentary, and some also receive a significant discount as members. They're open to anyone, but the members themselves do receive discounts. The section itself also offers substantive law committees for those interested in practice-specific communities. And when I say committees, these are not laden with tasks or assignments. These committees are simply a group of like-minded individuals interested in expanding their network. An example, some practice-specific communities include mediation, arbitration, legal educators, employment, and more. Beyond programming, I will say the section offers resources, including practice guides, toolkits, directories, and multiple semi-annual publications, including our monthly newsletter and semi-annual magazine. I will say the real reason you're here is to hear more about the organization, and this is where Kim will come in. From my perspective, I will share the section's greatest asset is truly the members themselves. A majority of our members are members for that personal connection, like that you'll hear from Kim today. It's who you're connected to. It's the experienced professional that you can go to for guidance. If you have any questions, how can you join the ABA? Very simple. You can send an email to this group. I'll send a follow-up email if I can through the Legal Mentor Network, or just reach out to us online. And I would say, please do reach out to me as well. Any question, I'm happy to entertain here or elsewhere. I'll put my email in the chat. But I'm here to help, and we'd love to see some new faces in our group. This is a really welcoming section. I've been with the ABA for nearly 20 years now, and I will say this group is truly unique and welcoming, and I encourage everyone to belong. Jess, do you want to take over?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know where your slide has gone. Forgive me.
Oh, that's okay. I can just share out about it either way. And I will put in the chat a link to all of our events that we have coming up. I'll do a better link in a second, but upcoming today, we have a webinar which is available for general CLE credit. And it's about kind of analyzing misperceptions about arbitration and figuring out when it's the best time to use arbitration as opposed to litigation. And then, as Jen shared, we have our larger events, which are both in person and virtual, and it really is one of the biggest assets to our members and to non-members who attend. We have a spring conference coming up in April, and that will be the 10th to the 13th in San Diego. And we will house about 500 dispute resolution professionals, and there are a lot of concurrent programming about different areas of dispute resolution where you can really network with other people and stay up to date with everything that's going on in the field. And then we also have an arbitration institute coming up June 6th and 7th. And this event does historically sell out, and it does focus on every stage of the arbitral process. And then new this year, we will have a practice development institute. And this will focus on propelling your ADR practice forward and all of the business aspects of what goes into running an ADR practice. And then our other big event is our Mediation Institute, and that will be in October, and it'll focus on all things mediation. It's very similar to the Arbitration Institute, but with a sole focus on mediation.
Jess, I'm so sorry that I do not have your slides up. I'm struggling to get them right now. Hold on.
No, that's okay. I think
Is indeed my friend, I promise. Give me 2 minutes, just because I know we threw a lot of dates at that group. So let me open it real quick. Forgive me. Let's see.
There's a better link I just put in the chat, and that does have links to all of the programs specifically too.
Thanks, Jess. Here we go. My apologies. Forgive me. Jess ran through a lot of dates. Jess, can I summarize? Tomorrow, we do have a great webinar coming up on commercial arbitration. Jess did speak about our in-person conference in April, our Arbitration Institute in June, as well as potential future programming. We're really excited. The latter half of our year is all virtual programming. So we do our Practice Development Institute, 100% online, and our virtual Mediation Institute also completely online. What we found from our group is that really we have individuals who like to get together in person, but we also have individuals who like to get educational opportunities through online means. So we're trying to meet both groups where they're at. How does that sound, Jess? Did I summarize all right?
I think that sounds perfect.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. And now, if I can, I'd like to introduce our membership officer, Kim Best. Kim leads our membership initiative. She's the reason that we're here today. Kim also has a unique perspective in that I will say our section represents a broad base of dispute resolution professionals, some that have their JD, some that do not. So it's very interesting. We have a good mix. Kim, I will hand the mic to you. Can you share more about the section?
Yeah, first of all, I want to Thank you, Crystal, for having us here. It was terribly exciting to learn about your organization and the mentoring that you offer, because even in dispute resolution, that's something that's, sorely needed and missing. In thanking you, I also want to thank Diego Santos, who is probably online here. He made the
We'll give him
connection
a shout out.
Yeah. He is
course.
also on the membership committee, and there he is. He's on. Diego, if you want to unmute.
I don't want to put him on
and
the
say
spot, but
something.
he's allowed to talk if he wants. to.
Well, I did tell him, that I hoped he could show up and
Okay.
talk about. He's the liaison between this, right? But Diego, before you go, I want to thank Jennifer and Jessica too. They're always so supportive. My background is not in law; it is in nursing, and I have a graduate degree in conflict management. I was surprised to find out how warmly I would be received in this section. And with a section that is 10,000 people, you get to know people closely. I want to use the word intimately, but that might be too much. But you get to know people and literally make friends. And I have never met such a supportive organization. And that is to say, I know the state organizations, I'm president of one. I know that some of these organizations can be pretty competitive, but I find the ABA section to be incredibly collaborative, encouraging, and supportive. And I can't overstate that enough. I also want to say, maybe you could follow us on LinkedIn. We do have some programs that are for non-members of the ABA, and part of that is for you all to get to know us better and learn from us, and us to learn you. One of those upcoming is Ask an Expert, which is a series that we're offering quarterly, where we have some renowned arbitrator, mediators, negotiators, dispute resolution practitioners in general on a panel, and you all are welcome to come and just ask them anything about your practice, about what it's like to be a practitioner, anything in the dispute resolution spectrum. So I want to say also, in the membership, this is probably important to some of you. I understand there's some law students there. I just checked, so I think this is still a fact. Jennifer, you tell me if it's not, but to join the ABA as a law student and a non-law student is free.
Correct.
So I think I think that's an important fact for you students there. And then I want to talk a moment about the committees.
Could
There,
you just say that again? I'm sorry. Non-law student.
sure,
So someone who's pre-law.
non-law students and law students. Well, I think of the student in dispute resolution or whatever, because it doesn't specify.
All students,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, all students. Yeah,
All
it looks like all students. So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
The committees are so broad. So we have the basic arbitration, mediation, negotiation. There's women in dispute resolution. There's tech. There's diversity and inclusion. I mean, there's things of interest to everyone, and they all have their own monthly meeting and monthly programming. And it is no extra cost to belong to these committees. And that's where you build the relationships that will definitely serve you later in your career or immediately. I mean, it's pretty incredible how helpful people are. So that's all I have to say. And I would love to hear from Diego.
Can everyone hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I joined the ABA as a fellow a couple of years ago. I started, as Kimberly said, you start making friends, you start meeting people, joining events, and that helps a lot for lawyers or students, even foreign trained lawyers, to meet more people, do networking, learn a lot of new stuff. Of course, every jurisdiction has its own rules. So it's really useful to join the ABA. As I said, I joined as a fellow. Now I help Kimberly with Kimberly, Jennifer, and Jessica with the organization and try to join the events. And there's a lot of upcoming events that are really useful. Some are in person. Some of them are remotely. So it's really useful to join. It's a great way to start a new journey in the dispute resolution programs. And if you're interested, I I swear that's one of the most useful things I have done in the past years to join this organization.
Thanks,
Diego, I know you're so passionate about the Legal Mentor Network, and tell me, you're the one who suggested we meet. Tell me why that you thought that that was valuable, like what your vision for that was.
Basically, networking. I'm from Mexico. I was born and raised there. I did my law school there, and when I came to the States, it was really difficult to create a networking with have no one here, And the first time I joined the Legal Mentor was because I approached Brian Potts. He's one of the founders of this program, and he basically told me all these possibilities to meet attorneys around the states, to do networking, to have programs. And at some point, I was a member of the mentee committee, helping the Chicago area to organize events, and that helped me a lot to meet people in the legal field and outside of the legal field. And that's actually how I got my new job, just doing networking. And someone from the Legal Mentor Network just tagged me like on a post, and I apply, and somehow I start meeting new persons, and I got a new job, So it's really useful. It gives you a lot of opportunities to have webinars, to join these events, to meet people, and have your own personal mentor that can guide you through every stage of a legal profession. Updating your resume, having a proper profile on LinkedIn, just meeting a different attorneys who can like connect you with other attorneys. It's a really good way to keep making friends, of course, and make networking with other people, not only in one state but around the states. So that's really useful when you're a lawyer.
I'm thinking, Diego, hearing you, we've pitched what we have to offer, but Jen's right. It is the people that make the section, and I'm sure that each of you has something to offer. That's the thing about, we all have our talents and our gifts, and collectively, we're always also much better. So we would love to get to know you, and you bring your talents and gifts and vision to the ABA as well.
Thanks, Kim. I think that's really helpful, and from my perspective, folks like Kim and Diego are the reason why this group is such a great place to be. As Kim shared, there are various membership tiers in terms of dues. Students are complimentary, and our dues are based off years of practice. So those earlier in their practice journey receive a lower rate than those that are, let's say, 20 plus years in. So, and I'll include that information in follow-up that we can distribute to the Legal Mentor Network. But I do feel strongly that, though we provide excellent publications, wonderful CLE, as Kim shared, really it's that peer-to-peer interaction that is what I think most of our members find valuable. Are there any questions in the chat that I can take? It's okay if there are not. I'll pause.
I don't see any questions, but we're happy to take any.
Or if there's any other outreach, you can send it directly to Jess and I. My email is jennifer.mickle@americanbar.org. I'll send some follow-up to the group. We do have several in-person and virtual programming opportunities that I would encourage everyone to explore, be it you're interested in mediation or arbitration. We do know that there is a practitioner presence in all of these programs. So even if you're interested in getting into mediation or arbitration later in your career, these would be helpful for you to kind of scope out as well.
I have a question. Where are like most of your members
Oh,
located?
such a good question. Well, we are a national organization. I will say from a location perspective, the ABA is housed in two areas. We have our Chicago office and our DC office, but a majority of us in terms of staffing are in Chicago. Our members are truly nationwide. So I would say there is a large concentration we know in California, New York, Texas, and Illinois. Those are our largest areas. Tend to be in more metropolitan areas, just based on, I believe, firm presence, obviously, but it really does run the gamut across the country. We do have a strong international presence as well. I know our group in particular is around 10% international members.
And yeah, do you have, I know Diego mentioned that he got his law degree in Mexico. We have a lot of LLM members. Is there anything special in your section, maybe targeting LLM members?
A lot of our members are indeed LLM members. I think there's a strong presence in our mediation committee, I will say. And that particular group is around 500 committee members that meet monthly to talk about their practice, hear from speakers. Every month they do a highlighted program. So I would encourage anyone interested to check out the mediation committee, because that group tends to have quite a few LLMs. I see that there is a question in the chat. What would you recommend the best way to start with the ABA-DR section? First, I would say join the group, because that is your window in to see, and you can do that online, join the ABA, join the section, to see the various areas that you might be interested in. We have a plethora of volunteer opportunities, whether it's planning a program, whether it's writing an article, whether it's joining a committee. It really is not a one size fits all. I'm happy to have any conversations with you. Jamie, if you'd like to reach out, we can find the best home for you. I find that most of our members who are interested in volunteering either choose to write an article or they would choose to be involved on a committee. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'll put that, I'll type the link in the chat.
And I just put some of the links that were, I guess, in a private chat. I put them in the chat for everyone. Just so everyone can see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna put, so check out our website here, and then hopefully you can see that.
I included my email in that. If anybody has any questions, folks who are not attorneys and ADR practitioners are interested in it tend to reach out to me a lot, and I welcome talking to anyone regardless of what your degree is. So happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Kim.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for your time. Again, we really appreciate your participation in the Legal Mentor Network, in the ABA, and just, you know, staying an active participant in the legal profession, I think is what makes these networks valuable and helps to, you know, one of our major focuses or purposes behind Legal Mentor Network is to give back to the next generation of lawyers. I think both of our organizations are doing that. It's important, it's valuable. You know, we have to support our own efforts and create a community that of people that we want to work with. Makes our day-to-day life better. So thank you again for your time. There's a bunch of info in the chat, and we will send out a recording to anyone who missed, or if you want to rehear something that you heard today, you'll also have access to it. So thank you to Jennifer, Jessica, Kimberly, and Diego for your surprise appearance.
Thanks,
Uh,
Diego.
yeah, look forward to speaking with you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
take care.